Today I'm going to be
I apologize for that, chat. Whew. Lost most of my audience, and I didn't even need to. So, most of the work apparently is going to be outside. I did take this off and then put it back on real quick. Okay. So hopefully we're good now. I apologize. They're doing repair work on the outside of the house. If they need to come in, we'll figure something out. But as of right now, we seem to be okay. So thanks for sticking around or coming back. We'll see if other people do. But we'll do our best.
Be going over AMC and GME stock and why I believe they're about to make people rich. But before I do get into why I believe that, make sure to go down and subscribe if you guys
have no idea. Anyone here who also has social anxiety, imagine people are at the door and you need to answer the door and it's two dudes and you're in a fucking witch costume and purple lipstick. Makes your heart freak out.
Are new to the channel, because I do update you guys on AMC and GameStop stock every single day. And today I am rocking the green to the moon shades because we closed green today on AMC and GameStop stocks. So the hedgies tried their best, but we closed green, so we gotta wear the green to the moon glasses. I'm working on the website right now for the to the moon sunglasses.
I just told them I'd stream for a living.
4 different
hopefully they don't think it's porn.
Colors that I have, so be ready for the merch drop. I do love every single one of you guys that have subscribed and supported me through this journey, and this is just the
don't explain it, just make them think you're a witch.
Beginning, because I
literally opened the door and I was like, I'm sorry, I look like a crazy person, I stream for a living, and they're like, you don't look crazy, you just look like a witch, which, you know, okay.
We are going to the moon. So AMC did close green today by 1 penny at $5.22. We did hit a high of $5.44 and a low of $5.
Okay, I'm gonna skip back to where we are, roughly where we were.
There's a lot more room to go up than to go down. That is just how I am seeing things. That is why I am holding my shares for the long term. So this guy said, I'm not a mathematician, but according to CEO Adam, retail owns 90% of the company. If Vanguard owns 10%, how does BlackRock, Citi...
No, they didn't reschedule. They're just working on the repair outside. Because, like, the roof right here is literally, like, the roof. Like, you could... Like, it's... I don't know how to explain it. I'm bad at visually explaining things verbally. Verbally explaining visual things. Because I can't visualize things. They're working on the outside of the house because the leak is coming from the outside into sort of a drop ceiling area. So they're working on it outside.
Others.
It's kind of where the chimney is. Where the chimney connects to the house, there's some kind of leak. So they're fixing the exterior part.
Have shares. Clearly this isn't...
Like, you guys can't hear them because of my noise gate, but I can hear them walking, like, on the roof right now.
Adding up. Something definitely isn't adding up. So if we take a look at the past 6 months on AMC stock, we are actually green in the past 6 months. If you would have just held out through here, at one point you would have been down about 50% when AMC...
Hello, honey. Thanks for 6 months.
Was trading at its all.
I'm gonna switch videos. I feel so discombobulated after getting interrupted in the middle of this, so I'm just gonna move to a different thing. I hope that's okay. I just need a fresh mental place to be.
It looks like to me that GameStop is bottoming out and it's about to make an explosive
Bottoming, you say?
move to the upside. At the time of me recording this video, it's currently about 9 in the morning, so when you guys see it, you know, we're already going to be well, you know, into the day. GameStop is up 1.92% pre-market. Pretty good. CPI data was nice and cool. So we're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about some other stocks later on in the video, but let's focus on GameStop for now. Up 2% pre-market just about. And still, I find this to be an extremely rare stock pattern because it's not unusual for stocks to ride along their 50-period moving average, but in the way that GameStop is doing it, in which it's already been doing this for, since the early July, since the beginning of July, and each day is so thin and so light, with the candlesticks just getting thinner and thinner, volume drying up and drying up. Although yesterday there was a little bit of volume that returned to the stock, and we actually are creeping up a little bit closer to that around 30 price target I have on the wave 4 here. Before then, I think we would pull back and then we would do, like an
I miss PP. I'm sorry, I hate the TA posters. It's just annoying to me. This guy's sometimes interesting. He gets mad.
This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment and educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff so you get the videos I put them out.
Speaking of which, like this stream on YouTube. Thank you.
See what I'm thinking, man, analyzing that data. But like I tell every day, the data they release us is false. Man, it gives a false narrative to the market so we can make bad trading decisions. Listen, somebody is buying up $30 calls on GME, $30 calls on Chewy with July 19th.
Have we had anything about BBBY? I mean, there's PP stuff, but like, there's nothing new because the stock's been canceled for almost a year. So there's not much new about the stock because it doesn't exist, but PP's still going. Even the PP show, a lot of is pivoted to GME though. Even though ostensibly it's still a Bed Bath & Beyond show.
I mean expiration date. $30 strike price, July 19th expiration date. And a lot of people are thinking that it is Roaring Kitty who is buying up these call options. And I'm going to tell you guys something. I have no idea if it's Roaring Kitty. I have no idea who's buying these call options. But I believe that if it is Roaring Kitty buying these options, he's probably going to disclose that sometime before the 19th. He will disclose that sometime before July 19th. And I'm going to tell you something. Me personally, I do have some GME call options. I did not have any for the 19th of July, but when the market opens today, I will be purchasing some GME call options for July 19th. I don't have a crystal ball. When it comes to AMC and GME, I believe that the play is controlled by fraud and manipulation. I believe the play is controlled by
I never understand how they're like, I think this is all manipulated by fraud, so I'm gonna throw my life savings into it. If you think it's all fraud and rigged, why would you ever join that game? Why would you enter into that arrangement? I don't get it.
Liquidity of the AMC GME RICO conspirators, when
it's not RICO.
Have a lot of liquidity, when they have a lot of cash on hand, the price of AMC and GME is pushed down. When they're running out of cash, when their money is being eaten up by shorting other stocks that are running, then AMC and GME starts slowly moving up to their real price, their intrinsic value.
I like that the intrinsic value is always whatever they feel it is, and it's always higher than where it is now, never lower.
The only time AMC and GME goes down, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell GME, is when the bad actors have the money to keep illegally suppressing the stock. And
why would they even need any amount of money? You think they're illegally naked short selling. They don't need to buy anything to naked short sell if you think it's that easy, so they don't need resources. They can just do it ad infinitum. Like, what would the issue be?
Yes, the SEC knows what they're doing. Yes, the DOJ knows what they're doing. Yes, the FBI knows what they're doing and does absolutely nothing. And you know why? Because they're going after retail investors, pension funds, institutions that follows the rules. that is their victims. That is their victims with this manipulative behavior.
Does he think that pension funds are primarily backed by AMC and GameStop stock?
So the regulatory agencies, the law enforcement agencies, they don't care. Okay? They are owned by these bad actors. So because I see these call options in Chewy and GME being purchased for July 19th, I am going to throw my hat in the ring and buy some call options with that expiration date also. We will call it a YOLO. And if I lose every single penny, then I'm okay with it. I am totally okay with it. But if it
Yes, MH Dark Beast, it went over great.
goes the other way, it could prove to be some very profitable call options. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you guys think that it's Roaring Kitty who's buying up these GME and Chewy call options expiring on July 19th? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.
Well, that was a little deranged. I don't think I've seen this gentleman before.
What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So when we talk about meme coins, right? There are a lot of meme coins.
Oh, this is about the GME meme coin. Someone made a GME meme token crypto thing
that people are
in order to be a side grift on the GME meme stock people. Prize.
very excited about. Right? You may be excited about a meme coin like Shiba Inu or Dogecoin or maybe even Pepe. But there are other meme coins that I think will have a decent sized impact in this bull run. And I want to talk about one that I believe will have a large impact, but the reason why we'll have a large impact is because of one, the bull run, right? The movement of cryptocurrencies, but also the community that's a part of it, right? The narrative, where this has come from when it comes to the price and the journey, right? So I feel
what do you mean the journey? It's an ineffable fucking digital token. What are you talking about? There's no provenance. It's not even a real object. What are you talking about?
Got something on my cheek and I can see it out of the corner of my eye and it's bothering me, but I can't see anything on the screen. But either way, we're going to talk about meme coins in this video. We're going to talk about one specific meme coin, which is GameStop. If you are not familiar with this meme coin, I think you guys need to get familiar. This is not sponsored in any way. This is not saying, hey, you know, I have any sort of incentive besides the fact that I invested into it. I made money from it.
Oh, so you'd like to pump it so you can dump it.
And I see the possibility for a lot more gains as time goes on, especially where it sits at tens of millions of dollars worth of a market.
The real shit coins were the friends we made along the way. Don't call yourself shit coins. I think at worst you're all piss coins, which is better than shit coins.
Cap. So guys, if you could, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Patreon at Kyree8K, you can follow me over there. And if you guys want to get started either in the stock market, you can check out my link for Robinhood and Webull. If you want to get started in crypto, I have many different, many different links down there. But if you use Margex, you could trade at a 5x, 10x, 25x, 50x leverage if you guys wanted to, which is always great if you are comfortable with trading. If you're not comfortable with trading, then you might want to step back and just buy the position outright. But feel free to use my link for Margex if you guys are interested. There's also a copy trading.
I'm sorry, I hate that desk toy behind him. It's the same desk toy that Pepper Potts had in Iron Man 2, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
I have one there. If you search Matthew Perry and copy trading or try and find it, you should be able to find it. I think I'm up like 20% at the time of recording this video. So we'll see how that all plays out.
Why do I hate it? It mocks me with its smug aura.
If you're not familiar with GameStop,
entirely vibes based. I have no logical, reasonable reason to not like it. I just don't like it.
GameStop is a business, right? We're talking about, the stock market. We're talking about an actual business here. GameStop is a business. Now, these two are not correlated when it comes to...
Is it the chaotic motion? Maybe. Like a Newton's cradle I like. Tick, 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 tick. This is... I think you're right. I can't predict its movements. I don't like it.
GameStop creating, this GameStop token. But GameStop is definitely, the GameStop community is definitely correlated in a large way, right?
You see it as chaos theory in physical form. I don't need any more strange attractors in my life. I'm good.
That came from over there and said, look, I want to provide this opportunity over here since the hedge funds are manipulating and controlling everything that's going on over here. The whole situation was the fact that GameStop was heavily shorted by hedge funds, and they basically said, we're going to short this thing to where it does go bankrupt, kind of like what they did with Toys
No, that's not what happened with Toys R Us. I worked at Toys R Us. Toys R Us was a dog shit store.
R Us. Well, the community...
Phyllis Filler says optional cleanse. I'll go for a cleanse. Why not? What is this?
Hello fellows, maybe you should put Manhunt away. Grindr makes it easy to hook up when you are gay. That guy was 10 miles from you earlier today, but tonight he'll be negative 6 inches away.
Is this is a Lady Gaga parody, but about Grindr hookups? That seems on the nose.
6 inches away, 6 inches away, but tonight he'll be negative 6 inches away.
The boys are blowing up my phone since I signed up for Grindr, cause there's no one finer in a weekend eyeliner. So whether you're a silver fox or 15-year-old minor, I'm just gonna find ya, penetrate my mangina. Say
You're a wrecking on your 7th glass of Chardonnay, and you are getting desperate for someone to penetrate. 500,000 users make Grindr and ask for fee. Just text your next door neighbor and start getting busy. Getting busy. Getting busy. Just text your next door neighbor and start getting busy.
Isn't it weird that we do have apps that are basically just like, hey, you wanna fuck? Future's weird.
or people came up and said, no, we're not going to let you do that. So we decided to buy the position, continue to buy it, and buy as much as we could. And that obviously ended up doing the opposite of what these hedge funds actually wanted, which means they had to double down and triple down and quadruple down and, you know, have synthetic shares and just all the manipulation that they do have there. And it was like 100 or like 200 or something like that % short at one time. Like, it was ridiculous. I ended up blowing up to like $500 from a, you know, single digit dollars, and the rest is history, right? However, it should have honestly blown up a lot more. So that community that's part of GameStop actually came over to the crypto market and said, look, let's create something here. And
that doesn't even make sense. What, create what? It's not related to GameStop in any way.
Many others that have been created, but this one is created on the Solana chain. And
for what? What does it do? What's the point? What is it?
Actually has a decent amount of hype to it, especially when GameStop starts to move. So here's a position in the stock market for GameStop, which currently, I don't know why it's showing that screen. Let me go ahead and change this screen here, and we'll go to, why is it not selecting the right display? Not that.
I wonder if he'll explain 3 years of price decline in between the pumps. The price going down is always crime, and the price going up is always price discovery.
One, not that one, and it could be that one. Boom. All right, so for GameStop, it stands at $25.37. We're looking at 1.6% up, and you know that's where it is in the pre-market. This movement that we saw within this, if we go ahead and look at, you know, the last 5 years, we can see how this was at, you know, a price it says of $81.25, ended up skyrocketing
post split
to a lot higher than that. But, you know, obviously you had addition of shares and splits and stuff like that. So it's a different way of looking at it, but it did end up going to a way higher price of like $400, $500. But while that was there, this was created in the meantime, which is GameStop token. GameStop token is created under Solana chain. Currently sits...
Okay, but it has no connection to GameStop in any way, shape, or form. They're literally just using the name illegally. That's someone else's trademark. I'm so confused.
At a $42.6 million market cap with $26 million.
Based on what?
$1 worth of volume. So it's no scrub to seeing growth and popularity, because you're seeing that, right? Millions of dollars that are being invested into this daily, 24 hours, $26 million. We're talking about a $42 million market cap there. I currently hold 6,188. I only invested, and that's $6,188. I only invested $1,200 into it. I may be getting confused, but it was definitely less than $2,000 that I invested into this position, and I already ended up profiting. I believe it was like $12,000 or $15,000. I haven't actually tracked it, but it's $12,000 or $15,000 from this, and we're talking about this is profit, like pure profit, and I still have 6,000 that's sitting in there. The reason
He has still not said what this has to do with GameStop.
why I still have 6,000 that's sitting in there.
I like that they don't even pretend there's any utility to this. It's just, it's a gamble. It's a slot machine. Put your money in, time it right, try to get your money out, but more. That's it. That's the whole utility of it. And you're just playing the game with a GameStop theme. It is like a slot machine. Every slot machine is basically the same kind of thing with slight variations. It just has different themes. That's what shitcoins are. It's a bunch of weird slot machines with different pictures on the front to get you to go play that one.
That is $1 million.
Ooh, this slot machine's Candy Crush based. I'll waste $20,000 on that.
GameStop tokens. I wanted to hold $1 million from the beginning.
420 blaze it.
And then when I saw the opportunity that it was at a lower price level, I decided to double down. I decided to add into that and gather me another 2 million on top of it, which I did take my profit from that overall 2 million, and now I'm sitting on nothing but gravy. And as we see the levels of increase of where this is going to go, hundreds of millions of dollars, you're going to see, obviously the amount that I have in my crypto balance increase as well. But this is something that definitely follows that movement of kind of going against Wall Street and trying to fight Wall Street, right? Wall Street can't stop us now. They just updated this, but they are available on many different platforms here. And the whole concept of this is the fact that Wall Street doesn't have a tie into this, and the community, while Wall Street...
It's a shit coin! Any shit coin could be that in hypothetical, I guess? But that, what?
And hedge funds can gain...
I could go take a shit on the sidewalk and say, Wall Street has nothing to do with that. It doesn't make it valuable. What
they can gain by playing the system and playing wherever it's at, by shorting it, buying it and doing whatever they need to do in order to make their money back because they lost billions of dollars. We can now focus over here and say, this is what we're doing. We have the community that all comes over here that believes in this project, that sees the growth of this project, and then you start seeing it get into major...
What about sitting on a cake? That would make me money, probably. Someone would pay for that. Cake farts.
News sources, which means that...
Google cake... Don't Google cake farts. Never mind.
You have bigger money, whales, smart money that's investing into this, meaning that then we can finally take some profit over there. But this is definitely giving us that opportunity to gain so much more, because it's about the same message, which is, we like the stock, right? We're trying to save GME altogether, have firepower so that we can put it into the actual stock position. And
so buy into my pump and dump scam coin so you can put money into a pump and dump scam stock. Brilliant.
Kind of...
No, it's cake like the dessert.
Boost up the business in a way.
It's an old video from back in the day where it's someone's fetish video and they fart on a cake. They fart on a cake. It ruins the cake. Don't put your butt near cakes. I enjoy cakes. I enjoy butts. The two shouldn't combine.
But yeah, I mean, this stands at a good spot. If we look at the last 7 days, it's up 11%. The last month, it's actually down 63%. I know it was up to a lot higher of a level when it comes to a market cap. It was up to a $150 million market cap. And, you know, I was excited about that, seeing that level of the level of gains. As I saw certain levels
They had a
being
scene like that in The Boys recently. I'm behind on The Boys. I'm like 2 seasons behind, so I don't know what's going on.
hit. I think it was worth like 30,000 at one point, and I decided to take a little bit of profit. I only invested 1,200 or less than 2,000 into it, so taking $12,000, $15,000 worth of profit, I'm like, that's a no-brainer, right? So yeah, we definitely can expect.
If you can't see, by the way, the price on this coin, you can't. The price is, per coin, $0.006219. So 6/100ths of a penny.
To see a lot more growth as we see altcoin season happen, which altcoin season's still not here. We have 53%
What's altcoin season?
Bitcoin dominance.
Why is
So
that cyclical?
I expect to see this push up a lot. This is one of my big meme coins that I believe is going to definitely make a larger move and a larger impact than some of the ones that are at the top of the list. But this is just my opinion. I don't think that you guys should just take my word for it. I think you should do your own research into what it is, what it stands for, because there's a lot more than what I'm telling you here. But guys, if you could, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more of these videos. Let me know what you think about GameStop. Have you invested into it? Did you make money from it? If you did,
Farming for interactions in the comments to boost the video's SEO juice. Pathetic. How about a quick Marantz video? Marantz!
Hey, good morning, guys. And I forgot to talk about this on the live, so I'm going to talk about it today. You know, I was messaging...
Oh my god, there's a video I wanted to watch too that's so Give me a sec. Oh, that's not him. Marantz's twin brother got into some internet drama recently, and I wanted to cover that because it's just funny that he has a twin brother that's also getting into shit on the internet and pissing people off.
Said, you know, Rico, you were right, because you said he was a terrible person, and you said he was this. I just want to get this out there right now. When I talked to former players who have played, former teammates who have played with Kyree Jackson, they all had the same kind of message, which is...
Yeah, I think he shits on this dude who died. I don't know anything about this guy. He's an athlete that died. Don't know anything about him. Don't know anything about the guy. But I guess he did a video and pissed people off or something. Oh yeah, they're identical twins. Yeah, Marantz has an identical twin.
He's an immensely talented person.
Yeah, Kais doxed his brother, thinking his brother was Marantz, but they're just twins who were both in the military. So he accidentally doxed the wrong twin. Which you shouldn't dox people no matter what. It's a shitty thing to do, but kind of funny.
Terrible person.
He sounds like him. I mean, they're brothers. They're identical twin brothers. Grew up in the same house. They probably have similar speech patterns and certainly have the same vocal cords, so...
You know, character-wise. But he's immensely talented on the football field. So, for me, I'm not going to support somebody like that. Hope he kept his nose clean. I said I hope he doesn't get arrested, things of that nature. I don't know the details of his car accident, so I'm not going to sit here and say I was right in any regard. I'm just going to tell you guys, decision-making is essential. Not going out at night is essential. Not driving in dangerous times. Whatever it is. Like, all that stuff is decision-making. Really, you're the end result of your own decision-making. But right now, I don't handle death like everybody else. Like, I don't care about death. Death doesn't really move me all that much.
That's not, why does anyone admit that as if it's a good thing? Like, I'm not saying you have to feel a certain way, but you say it almost like it's a weakness to care about death, and I find that to be a little weird and not great. Also, I feel like if you don't feel anything at death, you're probably suppressing some stuff, and that's not very healthy. Demi Bird does. Thanks for 19 months. Says, as a twin, I don't claim him. Also, yeah, be careful. My social security number is accidentally sequential with my sister's. Yeah.
Seen a lot of death in my life. It's just the nature of who I am. So while everybody reacts to death differently, I am going to sit here and tell you guys that you can learn from other people's mistakes, whatever it is. And I saw the post on Twitter where everybody's saying, all I heard is good things about this man. He worked so hard. He made it from a deli, working in a deli. He had no interest in him out of high school, all this stuff. It's like, yeah, the reason he had to be at a deli and the reason nobody had interest in him is because he was kicked out of 4 different universities for substandard conduct. And for the last 12 months, he had managed to do the right things while at Oregon. Not even 12 months, but for the last 8 months or so, he managed to do the right thing. Hope for the best, and it didn't work out. If you live fast, you make poor decisions, you're going to die fast, and it might be the end result of your decisions. That being said, there's a family out there hurting because they just lost somebody they love and care about. I don't know them personally. I don't wish anybody condolences. I don't get down like that.
I just don't even, like, why would you even make this video? I'm not telling you have to wish anyone condolences, but don't make a video specifically being like, I won't wish you condolences. That's psychotic. He died in a multi-car wreck. Why? What is Rico doing? Marantz, I don't know where you are, but your brother needs help. What the fuck is this?
Send prayers.
What's going on with this family?
Or none of that shit. I don't care about any of that. Your problems are your problems. Your deaths are your deaths. Mine are
Whoa!
mine. So it is what it is, right? So it's unfortunate, but please stop spamming me about how right I was. We don't know the details. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows.
And of
Holy
course,
fuck, he talks just like Marantz too. Terrible.
this pissed a lot of people off. Dude, the sub.
This is a man who played at Oregon for about the last 6 or 7 months. Before that, I think he was kicked out of Alabama. I think he ended up having to work at a deli to make it.
Okay, that's, like, I don't know what the guy's personal issues were, if there were any, but, like, it doesn't warrant his death. Like, what are we doing?
I think he was kicked out of 3 other JUCOs, but, you know, none of that really matters. Right now, we got to just express our condolences for this man. You know, it's unfortunate. Apparently, as I was reading the details, he was the passenger in a car at 3 in the morning. They were
Thank you for that video.
on their way to practice,
that looks
but it was him and two other guys that he played high school ball with, but they were all on their way to go.
This is the video he made that backtracks after he deleted the first one. What was the first video? Was the first video just him being like, haha, this guy's dead, fuck him?
You know, probably lift some weights or something and just got hit by a drunk driver. It's unfortunate.
I find that so weird. Like, I understand that parasocial relationships aren't normal relationships. It's not a real relationship. But that doesn't mean that, like, people dying who are figures in your life in media, whether that be sports or film or TV, don't mean something to you. Like, I'm not a sports person, but something like that for me is Robin Williams. I grew up loving Robin Williams, and he just, like, proliferated my entire childhood. You all know how much movies and TV shows mean to me in terms of my upbringing and how much I learned from them and how I didn't have siblings and I was kind of isolated in the middle of nowhere. So all I had were these things, characters in movies and TV shows to keep me company. Not really, but, you know, it helped me cope as a kid. So, like, when Robin Williams died, that was devastating to me because it was, like, part of the media I watched as a kid was now gone as well. Of course, I never knew the real person, despite it seeming like he was a really nice guy, but it still hurts. Same with this. Most people who are fans of this guy, I'm sure, didn't know him personally, but still, it sucks.
I just want to express
I just don't get why you go out of your way and shit on people for caring that a human being died. There's nothing wrong with caring that another human being died. That's a normal human response.
Condolences, and I hope everybody's okay. I know a lot of you guys out there know him personally.
Are they both evil twins? We just don't know that there's secretly 2 really awesome Marantz twins out there. They were quadruplets all along.
And this is
the sequel to Twins.
Really hitting you hard. Like, I know it's going to be tough. The next week or so, you're going to be really down and out, losing some sleep on this. But just hang in there. People lose loved ones every day, and we're all
Just hang in there. People lose loved ones every day.
We're all making
What a normal thing to say.
it together in this terrible world. We just rely on one another. And if you see somebody, you don't know, when's the next time you're going to see him or if it's the last time you're going to see him. So I think we all just need a shoulder to cry on, and we should all cry together. So if you see a total stranger, just walk up and tell them you care about them. If you don't know any strangers.
Yeah, there's supposed to be an actual twin sequel. I don't think it'll get made, though. It's supposed to be called Triplets, and Eddie Murphy is supposed to be the third triplet. Now, if you had made this movie in, like, 1992, probably would have been quite funny. I don't think Triplets in 2025 is gonna work.
Strangers that you care about, just care about Kyree Jackson, because, it's gone too soon. It's a terrible thing. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. God bless y'all. Every single one of you, all 7 billion of you, are in my prayers.
Well, that sounds good, Dennis Filler.
So heartfelt for it, married a fatal.
By the way, this person who I'm skipping over, I don't know anything about this person, but they're called Ruined Leon. I'm just using this video to get the clips of Rico.
He had and it led.
Stay out of drama, but I need to call this man out because this is unacceptable. If you haven't looked into Kyree Jackson's death and the death of the 2 other people that were in the car with him, then why are you making a video toting you were right? You made a 2-minute, 16-second video without knowing the facts about what happened. 3 families lost their sons. And if you did read the police report, their car is the one that got hit. Their car is the only one that had fatalities in it, and the person who hit them was speeding. The police are even saying that alcohol may have been involved. And regardless of all of that, he was in the passenger seat. He wasn't behind the wheel. But you don't care about that, do you? You just want to tote the facts. I was right. How does him getting killed in a car accident prove that he's not a good guy? And if he's not a good guy like you're toting, does that mean that he deserves to get killed in the car accident?
I really want to know what Rico and Marantz's dad was like. That's probably shitty, but I want to know if that's the origin of this. Dad, maybe? Maybe the mom, I don't know.
Today, a stranger passed away today, and I don't know how to deal with it. I'm just really heartbroken. So I'm just gonna lay down. Just wish days like this never happened, I gotta mope around for a week or so.
Oh my god, he's mocking people. Yeah.
And I'll feel better, but right now I'm just really sad.
Let's do some card magic. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to pick a card just by looking at it.
It shouldn't happen to everybody, man. It's a damn shame.
4 cards. Oh no, looks like we got a guy from another country.
Just want to say, you never know when you're going to lose a loved one. It might debilitate you. What if you lose a stranger that you never met, like that one?
Damn, he's an asshole. Marantz talk about this? There's a clip of Marantz in here.
The approach is, boot him out. Rightfully so. My brother said some stupid shit on the internet, and now he's in trouble. I will always have the right approach to it. The approach is condolences, right? I don't know the person. I'm not going to speak on it.
Oh my god, Marantz is the less evil twin! Holy shit!
And that's how it should be taken. But my brother took the concept of, hey, this guy's a terrible person, whatever it may be. I'm going to tell you guys something, just from God's mouth to my ears to the rest of the world. I don't care how terrible someone is, they don't deserve to die. Unless it's something ungodly. Let's say they harm children or women or something to that effect, because I'm a protector of all people. But there is nothing out there where I will condone and agree with what my brother is saying on this internet right now. And for the NFL to take notice, guys, I'm talking about Sean Merriman and Dez Bryant and Darius Slay. All these people already messaged my brother. And my brother, yes, he has a huge following. He's got like 200,000 people on TikTok. He's got 1 million views a day, and he has a sports ecosystem. Like, that's what he's known for.
Yeah, Marantz's brother Rico is like a sports TikToker, and he's much more popular than Marantz, which is a little funny.
I always known it's about bullshit for him because he'll
Wouldn't that be like if you found out I had like a twin who was popular like TikToker and no one knew about it? What a weird world.
Sensationalize the worst things and still not understand how unhuman he is. Right? The human emotion of death, you can't just step over. You can't trivialize it. It's all nonsense. It's unfortunate, and your problems are your problems, your debts are your debts. Like, who the fuck are you, bro? Honestly. You know what's crazy? Somebody says this shit about you and your son and your kids to you, you probably would feel a certain way about it. And if you didn't feel a certain way about it, that says a lot about you. That's someone's son right there. And then you, with the responsibility of having the largest platform that anyone has, freestanding, you're not in.
I just gotta point out, genuine kudos to Marantz to going on the internet and calling out his brother for being shitty. Like, it's hard to call out people you care about, and I'm sure he cares about his brother. I got a lot against Marantz. Props for this, I guess.
Employed by anyone, you're your freelance reporter, and you have a very big following. And you have the
My very popular twin sister, Shelby. We're not gonna talk about Shelby.
Responsibility.
That bitch.
To say the right thing when no one's watching. Have some integrity. But instead, you say shit to sensationalize your stance because you want to be different. You want to be against the grain. There are times when you can go with the crowd, and you just might want to hear. Someone just died, bro. Oh, death is easy. Death happens all the time. All right. Well, answer me this, bro. Who's going to be at your funeral?
Do you understand how
Holy fucking shit. That was actually intense. Fuck. I feel like I've just invaded some family drama that's like yikesy. Alright, back to meme stocks. Marantz, talk about the thing you normally talk about.
Back and forth yesterday with James Janney. And James is getting ready for his
James is the guy that I did the interview for the documentary for. It's coming out soonish. Not exactly sure the date. He put out a teaser for it.
documentary to come out.
H-Bird says, maybe your twin is the person that Australian woman mistook you for. Maybe.
And he's like he's fine tuning the info and maybe his message or whatever, the story he's going to tell. If you guys are not familiar, let me just catch you up. James Janney, documentary filmmaker from the UK, almost 2 million subscribers, puts out clean documentaries. James, Jani, James Janney, huge on YouTube. And he
I
had
hope some of my clips get used. I interviewed him for multiple hours, for like 3 hours, so I hope at least a little bit of my footage gets used. This is the channel. Done documentaries on all sorts of financial stuff. Here's the channel if you want a link. Documentary should be coming out soonish.
Reached out to me a year ago and said, hey, I'm gonna do a documentary. I want to feature your channel. I want to talk about it, like why you have the channel, what's your background, what are you doing, why, and it's fine. Like I'm a huge supporter of GameStop, so people try to figure out why.
Rubbing My Axe says, I can't believe Marantz did an interview with that guy knowing what he's about, reporting on scams, fraud, cults, and thought it was going to be supportive of GameStop. I think that goes to his inability. I don't know if Marantz genuinely knows how much of a grift what he's doing is. Or not even a grift. Like, does he know how wrong he is? I don't know at this point. I keep flopping on it. Sometimes I feel like he's a grifter that knows this is all bullshit, and then I hear him talk, and I'm like, I don't know. He seems like a true believer, but you can't really you can't just judge it based on people's body language and how they speak. That's how people get things wrong. Everyone's body language is a little different. Body language reading is bullshit. I don't know.
The number one thing, like, why? Where'd you come from? Where'd you decide that this is what you want to do? And so James asked a lot of questions, and these guys interviewed me for 9 hours, which
I thought it was 5.
Recorded 7 of them, 7 hours of it. But I don't know how much it's going to make the documentary. I mean, the documentary's got to be, like 2 hours? It's a 2-part documentary, but if you recorded me for 7, how much of that actually makes a doc? Who knows, right? I don't know. But for them to record me and get a good idea of what it is, if you guys want to see the interviews, they're on the channel. They're on YouTube. I have a whole playlist, James Janney documentary interviews, but we did them 2 different times. We did one in October and one in December. But they're always with
the first was if it was similar to my experience with James, the first one was a preliminary interview where he just gauges kind of your purview and what you know, and the second one is after he has gone and constructed questions with his team, because he's not working alone. He has people that work on stuff with him, because it's a pretty big YouTube channel. They construct questions specifically based off the first interview for the second interview.
The idea, hey, we're going to have the documentary done by February. We're going to have the documentary done by now. But I keep thinking that because the GameStop story is like forever changing, how could you come out with an idea of what it is when it's still going? This is the problem that I've always had with the movies, like Dumb Money or any of these things. I don't even know, these GameStop documentaries they make on Hulu and Netflix and whatever else. They're making movies about something that's hasn't finished. So it's still going. Something that's it's
It hasn't. It's finished, Marantz. There's still like weird movements occasionally, but the main story is over. It's done.
It's a living story. So, if you made Dumb Money, I mean, how dumb do you feel when Roaring Kitty comes back 3 years later and he's got, 9 million shares and $500 million to his name? Like,
not dumb. What? He came back to pump and dump.
That's
him coming back didn't prove anything other than this is a big pump and dump based entirely on like the sentiment of people on the internet.
That's the movie. That's where you better stop and think but everyone was rushing to the table to try to make money, right? Write a book, make money. The fact that some of these kids made money is selling shares. They're not understanding what GameStop is, the bigger picture. So maybe James is going to say the bigger
Understandable, Halloween Town. We're almost done here anyway. Thanks for hanging out.
picture. Maybe James is going to, portray it the right way, or maybe James is going to say that we're delusional and crazy, which is fine. I mean, if you're going to call me delusional and crazy for believing in GameStop, then that's just what the hell I am. Okay. But don't put me in the same corner with Bed Bath & Beyond investors. Don't put me in the same corner with AMC investors, individuals that got it wrong.
Based on my interview, that's very much what they're doing, so that's funny.
So that was the whole thing. So, dealing with death threats, dealing with people following you to work, dealing with people recording you. And
who's following you to work, Marantz?
Doxing you and putting your wife's work address and your son's school address and attacking you left and right. I mean, I get so much hate. And this is why, I'm paranoid. I look in the mirrors and I see who's following me. I do circles around, wherever my destination is. I'm doing circles around the parking lot, make sure no one's following me. I'm that way.
Oh, that's not good. That's actual paranoid behavior. That's like gang stalking stuff.
I have no choice but to be that way because the information I've put out, I'm nervous all the time. And it's
Does he really think he's putting out some sort of secret insider information that's going to get him hurt? Marantz, if you ever see this, you're not. That's not happening. No one is following you. You're fine. And if you genuinely feel these persecutory delusions, I think you should talk to someone. You work for Costco, so I hope you have decent health insurance. Probably speak to someone, genuinely. Not an insult. I'm not saying this as like a her, you need help. No, genuinely, I'm concerned for you as a fellow human being. And if you feel that you are being followed all the time, that's concerning to me, and I think you should seek help. You don't need to bring it up. You don't need to mention it to anyone else. Just privately do that.
Hey, GameStop's great. That's not what I'm talking about when I say information I push it out. If you've never watched this channel, or if you think you know about this channel, then go watch it and see what I'm talking about on private equity and the economy and markets and how they're manipulating these outcomes and manufacturing these outcomes. I talk about it every day because it's the unspoken truth.
Yeah, he has some Costco stock, which is probably good. Costco's an actual decent company that's probably going to be around in 15, 20 years. I say probably. I don't know.
Of Wall Street, of the internet, of life. And if people found out what the game is and how to win at it, if they found out all you got to do is buy GameStop and you're going to win, that's my opinion. I'm not crazy for this opinion. I used to have hordes of people that hated me and were against me, and that was because I didn't like their investments, right? Like AMC or Bed Bath & Beyond. And now they find out that they have nothing left to invest in. They come back to GameStop and like, yeah, man, maybe you were right. Okay, cool. So now it's a bigger support pool, right? More people support it. But think about it. The Meltdown and anyone else out there that's against it, they laugh about little things, right? They look at your video and they try to They try to poke at inconsistencies, and they try to point at your lack of knowledge on a certain topic or whatever. That's fine. Like, let these people relish in that. It's like they wake up every day to talk down on someone, to look for the worst parts about people. And if that's your life, then you really need to reevaluate your life.
Morantz, I assume, is talking about me. There are other people who cover him as well, for instance, Korax, but in this situation, let's assume he's talking about me, at least in part. What I do is go online and find people who believe very interesting things. I go and I find people with conspiratorial beliefs, and that's how I came across the meme stock community. I'm not here looking for the worst, believe it or not. We find it a lot of the time, and that's very sad. But that's not my goal. My goal is to try and look at people who have interesting psychologies, to look at people with interesting beliefs, and how they navigate the world with those beliefs. So I'm sorry, I know a lot of it comes off as mocking. I get it, that's the name of the game, it's the internet, and that sucks. And I don't like it a lot of the time either. But I would like Morantz, if he ever sees this, to know it's not just that. I think Morantz could do a lot of good. He has a platform with a lot of people who listen to him. But unfortunately, I think he continues to pass along what I consider his delusion to people, and that's negative, which isn't great.
Because, I'm sorry, GME Meltdown, you get paid $0 to do what you do.
Do you only do things for money? Like, people only do things because they get paid. And that's really sad.
Or do you get paid? But to hate on someone's life and the information they put out and the platform they build and the following they have, like, what does that say about you? Constant negativity for whatever reason. You want to tear someone down. You want to just keep attacking people in the message, not knowing that you've been completely wrong. Like, what track record do you have to stand on, Meltdown? I just ask you guys.
I'm not down 50% on my investment.
The stock is at $26 a share. It's not $5. It's not
Great. Are you going to sell? Are you up?
bankrupt. Your thesis is completely wrong, and the narratives you push have been proven wrong. And it's going to continue to happen for years. You know, $4 billion in the bank. Well, yo, what's you going to do with it?
Yes, what are you going to do with it?
Stop worrying about what's happening.
What?
You want to know today what's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, that would be forward guidance for the company you're invested in. That'd be great. If I was invested in a company, I would like to know what their plans were. Yep.
And that's not the way this world works.
It is generally. Companies usually do offer some sort of forward guidance on what they're going to do. Generally.
Because you don't need to be told what's happening today. Just live your life, man. I'd love to know what these guys do for a living and how they carry themselves in public.
I stream for a living.
Or with their families and friends. Like, they honestly find joy in other people's demise.
No, I actually don't. I find interest in other people's unique psychologies and beliefs. I'm not separate from that, by the way. I myself have some very weird beliefs in my life. That's why I find it interesting.
And that's
Delusion is a fascinating part of human psychology.
It's too much, man. It's not... It's the most un-American thing, that's one thing, but it's also like...
It's un-American.
That majority of these guys are men. It's like, you're not even a man.
Thank you.
They hide behind computer screens and fake personalities and...
That was probably for Korax.
Profiles, and... None of them put their face to it. None of them put their name to it. I don't understand how you guys could even act tough behind a keyboard and an emoji.
Bitch, I'm adorable. What?
So, it doesn't get to me that way. Like, I don't break down. I'm not like, oh my god, these guys are tearing my life apart. No. I've got GameStop, man. And it's like the biggest dose of kryptonite to them. And apparently, the more you buy, the worse they get. They get mad and mad and mad. So, yeah. Anyway, James Danny coming out with the documentary soon. Hopefully, says exactly what it is. But
keep an eye out for that. I might appear in it. I did an interview for it. I don't know if my clips will be used or if he'll just use information that I gave him and sprinkle it through. I don't know the format of the documentary, but I do hope I appear in it. That'd be cool.
Imagine people building websites to attack whatever you're doing online. Yeah. Cool. Hey, Meltdown. Listen to me, guys. You've been making videos about me for 3 years. Posts and whatever, and I'm never going to stop. So, when you guys get bored doing what you're doing, we'll see. We'll see who won this one.
Not about winning. He still thinks it's about winning and losing and that we're like adversaries. Marantz, I don't want you to lose money. I don't want anyone to lose money. He still doesn't get it.
James Janney, drop the doc. I'm good with it. And if you call me a crazy man, James, I'm a crazy man who's looking at GameStop.
It's like he assumes because I disagree with his thesis, I must want him to lose money. It's not just that I genuinely don't believe he's right. I must want him to lose money. Like it's the secret, and I am willing his failure into existence through my belief. Benikagami says, I got into a Facebook convo, oh, I see your problem already, with a guy who tried to downplay Project 2525. I know I could have tried harder to convince him there was someone honestly trying, but I dropped the civility politics and called out what he was doing and how dangerous it was. When the mask dropped, it was interesting. I say all this because it's useful to be polite, but it also gets in the way at times. Sometimes.
But I'm green. I'm green right now.
Then you should... Marantz, I say this as a concerned person who doesn't know you personally, but I care about you as a human being. If you are green right now, you should at least take some of it and sell it so you don't end up severely down. This is an opportunity, maybe your last opportunity, get out of this with an upside. You should probably do so. If you don't, your choice, but you're not really going to have anyone to blame but yourself when you're in that situation.
That pisses people off too. Yeah, not over leveraged like they all thought. Not completely upside down in my position. Nope. Not living outside of my means. Nope. Just grinding 1 share a day. It's laughable. Yeah, I am who I say I am. And you didn't catch me on this one. Peace.
I don't want him to get fucked over. I really don't. I want him and his family to be fine. I feel like he's making bad decisions, but that's not my problem. Alright, I think we're gonna call it. I will see y'all later. We'll see if the repairmen need to come in and fix that tile, because it's very waterlogged. What happened in my recommended? Do I like Matt McMuscles? Oh, the What Happened? Yeah. Yeah, I like his What Happened stuff about different video games. Alright, let's see who we're gonna raid. Oh, Mooncat. I didn't know Mooncat was streaming. Nice. Doing music stuff.
Radiators aren't that cheap in real life, are they? I don't think I've ever had to buy one.
Alright. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see you soon. Remember, tomorrow I am teaming up with Amber to cover some historical-based conspiracy theories, so show up for that. That'll be fun.
What universe is this game in?
Until then, I'll see you later, and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.